The New York Yankees are facing a tense and emotional stretch right now, and fans across the Bronx have every reason to be concerned after multiple troubling developments surfaced surrounding the team in recent days. What was supposed to be a strong and confident push through the season has suddenly turned into a wave of uncertainty as injury concerns, pitching rotation changes, and frustrating batting struggles are beginning to raise serious questions about whether this team can maintain its momentum moving forward. While the Yankees remain one of baseball's most talented rosters on paper, the latest news coming out of the clubhouse suggests things may not be nearly as stable as they appear, and if these issues continue to grow, the organization could soon find itself dealing with major problems far earlier than expected. Fans were first stunned after reports indicated that the Yankees are now monitoring a developing injury concern involving one of their most important contributors. And while the team has attempted to remain somewhat cautious with details, insiders are already suggesting that the situation has become serious enough for the coaching staff to begin adjusting plans behind the scenes. Any injury at this stage of the season is troubling, but when it impacts a key player who the Yankees depend on heavily, the entire structure of the roster can begin to shift almost overnight. The coaching staff understands just how dangerous injuries can become if mishandled, especially when the season is still in a crucial stretch where every game matters, and now the organization is being forced to make difficult decisions regarding player management moving forward. Even if the injury does not result in a long-term absence, the simple fact that the Yankees must now closely manage workloads and potentially alter lineups shows just how quickly circumstances can change in Major League Baseball. The front office had hoped this roster would remain healthy enough to avoid major disruptions, but that dream may already be slipping away as physical concerns begin creeping into the clubhouse. At the same time, the Yankees are now reportedly making notable adjustments to their pitching rotation, another sign that concern is growing internally about how the team is currently functioning. Rotation moves are never made lightly, especially by an organization with championship expectations, and when a team like the Yankees begins shifting pitchers around, it typically means there are underlying concerns that need immediate attention. Whether it is performance, inconsistency, workload management, matchup strategy, or concern over a player's health, these kinds of moves suggest that manager Aaron Boone and the coaching staff are searching for answers. Some insiders believe the Yankees are trying to stabilize the rotation before things spiral further, while others think the team may simply be experimenting in hopes of finding the most reliable structure moving forward. Regardless of the reasoning, the fact remains that a rotation adjustment at this point sends a clear message that the Yankees are not fully comfortable with where things stand. Stability on the mound has always been one of the foundations of successful baseball teams, and if New York feels the need to alter that foundation, it indicates concern about long-term consistency. Fans have already begun debating whether this move could create more pressure on certain pitchers, while others believe it may simply be a temporary adjustment until the roster settles down. But while the pitching changes are significant, perhaps the most frustrating issue for Yankee supporters right now is the team's ongoing batting struggles, which have become impossible to ignore. Despite having one of the most powerful lineups in baseball on paper, the Yankees have repeatedly failed to capitalize in key offensive moments, leaving runners stranded, missing opportunities with men on base, and showing inconsistency at the plate that has become deeply concerning. There have been games where the Yankees have looked completely dominant offensively, only to follow them with stretches where the bats suddenly go silent and the lineup appears lost against average pitching. That inconsistency is creating serious frustration, both inside and outside the clubhouse, because everyone knows this team should be producing at a much higher level. The talent is clearly there, but execution has been lacking, and many fans are beginning to question whether the offensive struggles are simply a temporary slump or evidence of a larger problem developing. Strikeouts in critical moments, poor plate discipline, and failure to deliver timely hits have all contributed to recent frustrations, and unless that changes soon, the Yankees could find themselves wasting excellent pitching performances because the offense simply cannot provide enough support. Several star hitters are now under increased scrutiny from fans and analysts who believe the team's biggest names need to step up immediately if the Yankees want to remain in serious contention. Expectations in New York are always sky high, and when the offense underperforms, criticism follows quickly. Some believe the pressure of the market may be affecting certain players, while others think pitchers around the league have simply begun exposing weaknesses in the Yankees' approach at the plate. Either way, the coaching staff is undoubtedly working behind closed doors, trying to correct the issue before it becomes a season-defining weakness. There is still time for the offense to turn things around, but patience is beginning to wear thin among the fan base, especially when so much talent is being wasted by poor execution. The combination of injury concerns, pitching uncertainty, and offensive inconsistency has now created a level of tension surrounding the Yankees that did not exist just weeks ago. What once looked like a confident and dangerous contender now suddenly feels like a team facing multiple internal battles at once, and the pressure is mounting with every passing game. Championship-caliber teams are expected to overcome adversity, but even great rosters can crumble if too many issues pile up at the same time. The Yankees know they have the talent to compete with anyone in baseball, but talent alone means nothing if health, chemistry, and execution begin breaking down. This current stretch may end up becoming one of the defining moments of the season, because how the Yankees respond now will reveal a lot about the mental toughness and resilience of this roster. If they overcome these struggles, it could strengthen the team and prepare them for bigger battles later in the year. But if the injury worsens, the rotation becomes unstable, and the bats continue struggling, then what once seemed like minor concerns could quickly evolve into a full-blown crisis. Aaron Boone and the Yankees coaching staff are under pressure to manage the situation carefully because every decision made during moments like this can have massive consequences. Choosing whether to rest injured players, adjusting pitching roles, altering batting orders, or making roster changes all carry risk, and one wrong move could make matters worse. The front office may also begin considering whether external help is needed if these issues continue. While no panic trades are expected at this stage, executives are certainly monitoring the market and evaluating options in case reinforcements become necessary later on. The Yankees entered the season with enormous expectations, and anything short of serious postseason contention will be viewed as disappointment. That reality means the organization cannot afford to let problems linger too long without taking action. Fans know this roster has championship potential, but potential means nothing if the team cannot stay healthy, execute consistently, and perform under pressure. Right now, the Yankees are being tested in multiple ways, and how they answer this challenge may define the direction of their entire season. The talent is there, the expectations are there, and the opportunity is still there, but unless the injury concerns calm down, the rotation settles into place, and the offense finds its rhythm again, serious warning signs will continue flashing over the Bronx. Yankees fans remain hopeful that this rough stretch is only temporary, and that the team will soon bounce back stronger than ever. But one thing is certain, the pressure is rising, the spotlight is growing brighter, and all eyes are now on New York as the Yankees attempt to navigate one of their most concerning stretches of the season. The next few games may determine whether this team regains its footing or whether these warning signs become the beginning of something much more troubling in the Bronx.